Well, we got that announcement. Finally, the Legend of Zelda movie is officially on the way. Now, this has been heavily speculated and heavily rumoured ever since we got the Super Mario Brothers movie, and it has just been such a much wanted film by fans like myself for so many years. And we finally got that announcement, and I am very excited for this, but I am also got quite a few mixed feelings about it at the same time. So, sorry, I just cleared my throat. I am going to go through everything here and we're just going to talk about it. Normally, this sort of video would be very quick. It would normally be 2-3 minute video, but because this is something very important, and especially to me, I want to give this a lot of time to talk about. So we're going to be talking about everything here. And the first thing I want to start off is that this film is live action. This is not an animated film like the Mario movie. Now, you'll probably hear me comparing this to the Mario movie quite a lot, but it is like the 90s Mario movie where it is live action. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed, and where this is, how this could or will not ever connect with a Smash Brothers movie. A Smash Bros. Movie seems 10 times more unlikely now after this announcement, because not only that, but this is being done by Sony. Now, this is weird to me. This is baffling, because Sony literally are Nintendo's rival, because they do PlayStation. That is their main thing, and they've been against each other for so many years. Then you look at something weird though, is when Nintendo partnered with Universal to do the Mario movie, it was weird because Nintendo and Universal had actually been to court over the case of Donkey Kong. So I guess they just kind of like to get their, they like to become frenemies, I guess, or just work with some of their enemies. But that is really interesting at the same time. Live action, and it's been doing that. And yes, Nintendo is going to have at least 50% of involvement, which they had so much involvement with the Mario movie, so that comes to no surprise how much involvement they will have. Now, Avi Arad is going to be involved with this film. Basically, he will be producing it. Now, if you don't know who he is famous for doing and producing practically every single Spider-Man film. And is even doing Beyond the Spider-Verse. He's done No Way Home. He's done The Venom. He's done Morbius. He's doing Borderlands. He's doing Metal Gear Solid. All the Raimi trilogy. He's done Fantastic Four, Hulk. A lot, just so many Marvel films. Blade, Daredevil. Just going through them all, like Iron Man. He has done so many. Even doing Uncharted as well. And it's good, but I just don't know when, you look at how Uncharted turned out by Sony, how that tone's going to mix, because I don't want Legend of Zelda movie to feel like dumb fun, like how Uncharted did. And this is nothing to do really with Avi Arad, but it's just that sort of tone and that mood which I'm just not getting right now. At this point in time, I don't feel the tones are shifting very well. And then the person who is going to be directing it is a man called Wes Ball. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. Who is very popular for doing Maze Runner. Now, if you have been keeping up with the movie news this week, we actually got our first trailer for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And that is by Wes Ball. And this makes me really excited. And I tell you for why. It's because the set pieces in his films match Legend of Zelda in almost every level. You watch that new Planet of the Apes trailer, that looks like Hyrule. That you can really see the way that they could bring that to life without really any concern to me. So I'm really excited for that. I could see that being brought to life so well in how they do the story and everything. And that is kind of everything being announced. Obviously, Shigeru Miyamoto himself will be involved, and basically everyone at Nintendo. And there's no cast revealed yet. which is something I would like to touch on just in a sec, but just talking about this right now, this is very interesting, and something I'd like to comment on is, are we going to get a Smash Bros. Film? I don't think we are anymore. I don't think there's going to be an NCU, a Nintendo Cinematic Universe like Marvel. I just think we're just going to get all of these popping out of different companies. I mean, it's still imminent. There's still a way that they could do it if they were to put Link into animation form, because there's not a chance you could do a Mario movie or a Smash Bros. Movie in live action. So I definitely think the route would be Link to go into animated form if that was going to happen. Or they'd do the plot of just a child playing with toys like they did in the N64 version. Another thing here is we don't know what sort of games this is going to be based on. Because with Mario, most of the stories are kind of the same, and you can kind of pull from each sort of storyline and craft this thing. But with Legend of Zelda, sort of every single thing's different. It's almost like every single game is either a sequel or it's different to its predecessor. So I personally think that they're going to try and keep a story which is based on one game, and then have loads of nods and loads of references to other games. Now, I could really see Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom being brought to life in this film. That's what I could see, and I think because it's one of those newer games as well, it's one of them ones that they want to advertise and sort of spread the word and get the news about. And of course, touching on the cast now, is we have no idea of what the cast is going to be. And I hate to say it, and I've done my research on the internet. I mean, I've had a look at, what other people are saying. And personally, I think we're going to be going the big name Hollywood actors and actresses line. Now, yes, I do think it could be Tom Holland as Link. We saw Tom Holland as Nathan Drake. A lot of people have said that they think Tom Holland could voice Yoshi in a potential Mario movie sequel. And I see that happening. It really wouldn't surprise me, and don't be surprised if it comes out that Tom Holland is playing Link. I mean, it might not be true. I just think to Nintendo, he's going to appeal as that right age. I would, if I was doing it, I would want to go for a sort of lesser known teenager, being like 17 or like 16. That's the sort of thing I'd go for, and I think that'd work really well. And then talking about Zelda, because you can't have a film called Legend of Zelda without Zelda in it. Two actresses which I think could show up. I could see Emma Watson. Emma Watson wouldn't surprise me. And I know someone did like fan art of Emma Watson being Zelda. I don't know. I don't feel that that's the sort of thing she'd want to get involved with, but maybe. I don't know. You don't really see, apart from Harry Potter, you don't really see Emma Watson in many like action type films. So I don't know. And then the one which I think would actually be the best, and the best one that I've heard, and the best one that's sort of come to me, is Florence Pugh, being in the Black Widow films, and even being in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and Little Women, and just many other films. I actually think this would work really well. I think the accent's there, the age is there, the look is there. I think that could work out really, really well. But the thing that you have to think about with this is also ages. Because this film, realistically, isn't going to come out until, I'm saying, from 2026 to 2028. Earliest, I'd say, there. And how these, actors and actresses are going to age. And also, another thing you've got to consider with this is the writers and actors strike. What is going to go on with this? And just different things like that. And also, where's it going to go with, because Nintendo aren't going to just do Legend of Zelda. They're going to want to have a Mario sequel on the way as well. So it's kind of all those things of balancing it out in when it could release and what the cast could be. Another one I did want to quickly mention would be Gandalf. I could see Idris Elba doing that, although he was Knuckles in Sonic, so whether they want to mess with that, I don't know. But that's sort of my take on it. That's kind of all I've got to sort of say in that regard. But this is also a thing where, like, how are they going to incorporate so many so many iconic Legend of Zelda things, like the Triforce, things like that. I've heard people say they could do one piece per film and like do like a trilogy. That'd be really awesome. And it's different things like that, and like the music. I mean, I really hope Brian Tyler does the score for this, just like he did for the Mario movie, because that was just phenomenal in every single way. And also another thing which I'd like to point out is the Mario movie wasn't received well by critics. They did not like that film, and most of the reason was because the video game movies. You can look at any video game movie that's released in the past decade, and they're made for the fans and only the fans. And I feel like Legend of Zelda may appeal a little bit more, but honestly, I do think this is going to be a 90 on Rotten Tomatoes for fans. But when it comes to critics, I think there's going to be a big gap between critics and the audience. But that's just sort of my view on it, and I'm not going to be so shocked if this does end up getting rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. I hope it doesn't, but like, this is just what critics are sort of like with these sort of topics and different things like that. And obviously, I think how they're going to keep doing these Nintendo films, I think it's just going to keep going. And I am someone who would love a Smash Bros. Film. Whether we'll get it, I don't know. But for now, we have a Legend of Zelda movie on the way. I'm at peace. So yeah, guys, that is going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please do comment, like, and subscribe. Share this with your friends and family. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Are you excited? Are you not excited? I'd love to hear your casting predictions and everything like that. All that fun stuff. This, what I'd love to hear. And I am super excited for this film whenever we get it. And I cannot wait. But yeah, guys, that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.